What is going on, guys? I know that normally you would be seeing a Dave eating video right now. There are scuffs all over this wall.
It's my jeans, sorry.
It is from your knees.
Yeah, we need to get a magic eraser.
Stop wearing blue jeans. Normally you see a Dave eating video, but I was extremely sick last Sunday, so I actually started to film and then I started throwing up the entire day, so that did not happen. So what I'm gonna do is do a little bit of a Q&A. So I know you guys got some food, just sit down and enjoy this. Try to make it not too long, but it should be pretty enjoyable. I did this on my Twitter. If you guys are not following me, it is maxxchewning, just like every single one of my social medias. Let's go with them again. You know, like my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube, all my names. So, you know, I try to make them a little different. I digress. Okay, so let's begin this. Did it on Twitter. Let's do the damn thing. Question from Luke Oliver H. If you could go back in time and give one piece of advice to your 12-year-old self, what would it be? Learn JavaScript. That'd be the biggest thing I would teach myself, is how to code, do coding. All joking aside, if I go back and tell myself at 12 is to just, as I grew up and as I got older, is to not always worry about what other people think of you. Really throughout like my high school years and even like my college and really before I started doing the YouTube thing, because then I kind of got out of the shell, but I used to care a lot about what people thought of me, and kind of I would adapt to situations based on what I thought other people would, you know, perceive me as. So definitely be more outgoing. Yeah, I was pretty outgoing, but inside I was very like worried. I was like, what do people think about what I'm doing? Do people think I'm cool? Do people think that, you know, this? And I've learned to just, you know, care about what you want to do and just enjoy life and not really worry about that, because it ain't as big of a deal as people make it out to be, and people don't actually care as much as you think they do about what you're doing. Benjamin Doonesby, biggest mistake you have made in the gym/business, depending on if it's fitness related or not, both be pretty cool. Biggest mistake I've ever made in the gym is not starting sooner. I started working out when I was 21 years old. And this kind of applies for a business as well, as I wish, it's kind of an interesting situation, because although I wish that I started lifting sooner, you know, everyone else started like, you know, they start 15, 17, 18, and they have a lot more time to, you know, both get stronger and get bigger. You also have to understand, and then, you know, tie directly into business. So if I started, you know, like being more entrepreneurial at a younger age, then, you know, I could kind of do things at a bigger level. You see people like, I mean, look at like Christian, who's 22 years old and he's doing, you know, super big things. There's a lot of people out there that at a very young age that are doing all these things, and for some reason when I was their age, I didn't have that same mindset. I didn't have that business mindset. I didn't have the gym mindset to really focus, and I wish I did, and I wish that I started sooner. But on the other aspect of that is everything in my life, I believe everything happens for a reason, so everything in my life has gotten me to this point where I'm at. So I almost am not that pissed or not that mad that I didn't start sooner, because everything that I did, regardless if it's fitness related or business related at all, everything that happened in my past has gotten me to this point. It has gotten me to where I am today. So I can't hate on it that much. Johnny, USMC John, what's a good store to start with when trying to expand towards a dapper style? You know, style is going to be your own, and when I say that, a lot of people will be like, you know, oh, I dress like every other frat guy, oh, I dress like this. Is you're going to get your style from other people. You know, it's hard to invent, you know, your own style. There's a lot of people out there that dress very similar. I just personally like a clean look. So a button down, tucked into you know, fitted pants. Well, they don't have to be slim pants. They just be like, you know, straight leg pants. That's just my personal, you know, style, I think. And I like to match my leathers. I like to do all of that. So really just find what you like. If you guys like some of the style that I wear, then sure, go ahead, and it's not like you're dressing like me. You're just, you know, taking things you like about what maybe you see me do, and then you're putting that towards your life. There's a lot of cool celebrities that I see that I'm like, oh, I like that. I like, you know, how they're wearing this. Or I like how they have, like, you know, this accessory or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I want to get that. I want to look more like that. And you kind of just pick from all different aspects, and then you kind of make it your own. And if it ends up being just like every other frat person, then it's okay. It's all about what you personally enjoy. But as far as of a store, I shop a lot of outlets. I shop on sales. It's very rare that I buy anything full price. Like all the shoes that I buy generally on sale or relatively cheap on Amazon. I used to shop at like H&M. Now I don't think it's that amazing of a store with the t-shirts, although they're cheap, are like paper thin. I have gotten some cool coats from there, but really outlets, TJ Maxx and Marshalls, your friends, and then just look for sales, man. I like J. Crew, I like all sorts of things, but I really only buy them when they're on sale. I don't usually buy full price because there's always a sale or always something gonna be on sale. Let's see, Dylan Karpiak. When you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up? What do you guys think that I wanted to be when I grew up? I'm sure you're thinking of something that you're like, well, this is what Max definitely wanted to be. Well, when I was extremely young, I wanted to be a video game programmer, and I remember my dad, I would always tell him that's why I played video games, because I want to be a video game programmer. He'd be like, okay, Max, then how do you be a video game programmer? I was like, they write the design and they put it in the computer, Dad. Like, that's how you do it. But that was a short-lived dream. But really, something that I've always thought would be very cool is to be a police officer. That's always been something that I've kind of been interested in. You know, like, don't. I think it's cool. I think it's although, you know, they say that there's, you know, there could be danger, or there could be a lot of sitting, there's like paperwork, and I think it's cool because it's a very unique job where different things are happening all the time, and I just think it's cool. I almost applied to a police academy before I did my, you know, current job. So a police officer, actually. Ashley Gibson, quick advice to us soon-to-be college graduates on getting out there in the workforce. Get experience, just have experience. You need to build your resume up, and in terms of resume building, every single job you do, whether it be working at like McDonald's or, you know, lawn care or anything, is, you know, whatever your experience you're doing, that's going to kind of relate to what you can be able to do. So I've always said, you know, people gloat about being like a nanny or babysitter, but like, if that's your only job, you do that forever, and you do it for too long, like all the way through college, and then you get out and you want to get in the workforce, it can be a little hard because your only experience is in childcare. So unless you want to go in childcare, so you kind of want to diversify a little bit, but you can pretty much take any job, you know, you can take any job and kind of elaborate the tasks. So instead of, you know, I wash dishes, you know, it could be facility sanitation. You know, you can elaborate and make things sound a lot more professional, and that's gonna, you know, be it. But in terms of that, just be very confident to go into interviews, and don't be afraid of rejection when you're applying for jobs, and apply for a lot of jobs, and it usually works out. But the workforce isn't as cool as you guys make it out to be. No one's like, when people are gloating like I have a 9 to 5, it's not like super cool. I am glad that I have a job, and I enjoy my job, and I enjoy the company that I work with, but you know, it's not all glory like I have a 9 to 5, it's the best thing ever. It's kind of, you know, you're gonna be doing this forever, potentially. Natalie Payne, if you had kids, how many would you have, and what would their names be? I've always said that if I ever do have kids, I would want no more than 3. I would usually want a boy first, and then if I have a girl, not me, the wife would have the kids, but, you know, a boy, so then he can be the older one and, you know, look after the sister if there's a girl. In terms of names, I really like unique names. I think, you know, when my dad and my mom named me Max, 2 X's, it's not super crazy unique, but I think Max is a cool name. I really enjoy my name, and I like 2 X's. So I don't know about names, actually. I've never really thought about that. I like the name Paxton. I've heard that name before for like a baby. A baby had that, but I think Paxton is a very cool name. There's just, like, Xander is a cool name, but you always have to think, of names, and you think how they're gonna apply to your last name if they don't kind of flow. Paxton tuning? I don't know. I have no plan on having little tune dogs running around anytime soon, but I definitely think kids are down the line, but I have no interest right now of settling down. What's some advice you can give us all first-time YouTubers in the fitness YouTube industry is to just do it if you guys want to, but don't get into it for the wrong reasons. Too many people see other YouTubers like get sponsorships and things like that, so they start a YouTube channel because they want to do that. So they start their channel only because they want to get, you know, YouTube famous, or they want to get all this free stuff. And when I started, that wasn't, as much as people might think, that wasn't really what I would do. I just was like, oh, I'll make videos. And Nick showed me how to make videos, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was something interesting to do. And then the sponsorship started happening, and then it's just like, now I'm seeing some like return on what I'm already doing. And now with more and more sponsorships coming through and more opportunities open up, now I'm still, the core is still making videos, but now all these other opportunities are now allowing me to kind of take the YouTube channel to another level. So you want to get into it for the right reasons. You need to have something that is going to be unique. You need to act like it's your full-time job. You really got to put a lot of time in it. It's not as easy as just, I'm going to film a video and throw it up, because you want to put out content that you would watch yourself. So, make it good, and you have to have something unique. Unfortunately, it's very saturated right now because everyone has a YouTube channel. So what do you have that is better than someone else? Are you stronger? Do you have a better personality? Are you funnier? Are you more motivational? Are you more intelligent? Are you, whatever? You have better hair? Huh? But just do it if you want to. And don't get upset if you don't kind of blow up immediately. Sam, I always mispronounce this last name. It's like a very common last name. Nguyen. Nguyen? Win? If you're financially set and didn't have to work your 9-to-5 job, what would you do with all your free time? Now we're gonna act as if I have, $1 billion and there's no possibility of the $1 billion going away. I'm just like set. In that aspect, in this lifetime, I'd continue making YouTube videos and try to take that to a complete new level. I'd keep doing that. But besides YouTube, besides fitness related, just if I did not have to worry about money ever, I would get back into off-roading. I would get a house with a garage, and I would build a off-road buggy. Actually, I was pretty handy with like fabricating and welding back in the day, and if I had the space and the materials to build a buggy, I would do it. I'll basically build an off-road machine made out of tube myself. I'd build it with my hands, and it'd be cool to get back into that, but I don't have the time right now, and it's very expensive, and I don't have the time or the space to build a Jeep like that. That's what I would do. PST training, any meets this year? I would definitely like to do another meet before the end of the year. I have a lot of traveling coming up, and it kind of interferes with any programming that I would do. I could do a meet and just, YOLO and just hop right into one, but right now I'd like to do one before the end of the year. Let's see what time we're at. Oh my God, we're doing great time. You guys are just probably now just finishing your sandwich. Kareem Basiri. What's the best way to maintain strength and muscle when injured? He had a muscle tear above the left elbow and not lifting. The best way to maintain your strength in your muscle is to not lift. And I say that because when you're injured, it is so tempting to lift. I remember I went snowboarding and I tried to do this like super cool move on a box, and I smacked my hand on the hard ice, and I like pretty much, I don't want to say I fractured the top of my hand, but I damaged the top of my hand where I could not grip anything. And I let it heal like 2 weeks. I should have let it heal longer, and then I tried to do deadlifts, and it basically, I was stupid and I tried to lift before my injury was healed, and that prolonged the injury. So just let the thing fully heal. Don't worry about your strength loss. You'll be fine. You'll get back in the groove of things. You might lose a little bit, but unless you're like out of commission for like 2 months, you'll be okay. Heal, rest, watch maxxchewning videos on YouTube, and I promise you'll be back at it before you know it. All right, so this is the last question. Last question here. Park Avenue Pollyanna. How about why your shirt is never off in your videos anymore? Okay, let me break this down for you. I do not feel the need to constantly show you my physique. I don't show my physique because I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person to show, my six-pack on the Instagram machine every single day. That's just not who I am. It would be weird if I randomly started doing that. If I started wearing like stringers and like showing you how shredded I am. That's just not who I am. That's not what I want to perceive. And that kind of ties directly into Ever Forward, actually. If you notice, you guys should be following Ever Forward Apparel on Instagram. I'd really appreciate that if you guys follow that. I'm trying to build that up a little more. I need to get better at taking photos for it. But Ever Forward Apparel as a company also is not something that I promote via sex. Sex sells. Like a lot of companies will use like very scantily clad women or like very provocative photos to promote their clothing. That is not how I want to promote Ever Forward. That's not how I think the brand should be represented. So that's why you'll never see me posting like a picture of like a half-dressed girl in an Ever Forward shirt. That's just not how I want to market it. It's not how I want the brand to be represented. And it's not a knock on anyone who does that, but it's just, it's not that type of company. It's not that type of what I want it to become and what I want it to be, seen as. There can be tasteful pictures of attractive women that I'll eventually put on there, yes, but, I'm not gonna have like the booty hanging out, of trying to show off like the shirt, that's just not how I want it to do. So that's why it's just how I am as a person. I don't necessarily, and I've changed actually, because I used to on Instagram a long time ago, I used to be like, before I ever started YouTube and things, I'd always be like, look how shredded I am. If you go way back on my Instagram, way back, way up, then you'll see some pictures of me with my shirt off, It's just not who I am, so that's why. And it'd be weird if I was sitting with my shirt off. Wouldn't it be? But I thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this Q&A. If you would like more of these, definitely leave a comment down below. Please hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. It does help spread the channel as much as you might not think it did. And you're probably looking at it right now. You're like, yeah, okay, I'll hit the thumbs up. Then you don't hit the thumbs up. Just go ahead. Just go. But my friends are coming into town for July 4th weekend. You guys have seen this July 4th. I'm filming this the day before. It is 2:45 right now. 2:45, and yeah, I hope you guys are having a great July 4th. Go ahead and, click the like and the thumbs up button. The video's over, and then go out and enjoy your time with your friends and your family. Eat some hot dogs and some hamburgers. Don't track any macros. That's why I didn't do a Dave eating video today, because we're not tracking any macros. Okay, I'm just rambling. I'm a rambling man. I need some food. I think I'm gonna go get some pizza. I'll be back. Just because it's a Dave eating video, as I edit this video up that you're seeing right now, I am gonna make some grilled chicken and sausage gumbo.